The history of Halloween. Let's take a look at Halloween and its origins to see if believers should have any part in it. Let's take a look. So, what are the origins of Halloween? The origin started with the pagan Celtic festival called Samhain. The festival of Samhain marked the end of summer and the beginning of winter each year. But it also was a time that Celts believed the dead were closest to the realm of the living. The Encyclopedia Britannica says, quote, during the Samhain festival, the souls of those who had died were believed to return to visit their homes. People set bonfires on hilltops to frighten away evil spirits, and they sometimes wore masks and other disguises to avoid being recognized by the ghosts thought to be present. It was in those ways that beings such as witches, hobgoblins, fairies, and demons came to be associated with the day. End quote. The Eve of Samhain, known as All Hallows Eve, eventually transformed into what we know today as Halloween. So then, could we say Samhain was and is a religious holiday? I say yes. It's an ancient pagan festival. Today, Halloween, also known as Samhain, is celebrated joyfully by Satanists, pagans, witches, and warlocks. To some, it's considered the witches' New Year. And these modern day pagans, witches, and warlocks are more than glad to see Christians and Jews celebrating this day alongside them. Antoine LaVey, the late founder of the Church of Satan, once said he took joy in seeing believers of the Bible join them on this day. Quote, I am glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. End quote. So now that we know the origins of Halloween and who practices it, the question is then, why do believers of the Bible try so hard to observe it and justify it? Many Christians try to wonder how ancient Israel fell into idolatry and paganism time and time again, taking the idols of the nations and making it their own, especially when we read books such as Judges and 1st and 2nd Kings. But then, what do we see Christians doing today? Taking a festival of darkness and fear and trying to Christianize it. Many Christians say, well, it's not hurting anyone. But have they considered that it might be offensive to the Creator, the Most High? For Yahweh has said he hates anything that comes from these pagan nations. Leviticus 20, verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation, which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. The New Testament also says this about darkness and the unbelievers. 2 Corinthians 6:14, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness, or what fellowship has light with darkness? Ephesians 5:11, take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Romans 13, verse 12, so then let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Hallelujah. Please share your thoughts below. Thank you and shalom.